Welcome back to the channel. Today, of course, as always, we're talking about the pride of North Wales, Wrexham Football Club. Today, I'm back with just a general roundup video of what's happened at Wrexham Football Club. Today, we have got plenty to be talking about. We've got some transfer news regarding incomings and outgoings. We've got some pitch news at the racecourse ground. And we've got some big news ahead of our Championship campaign for the upcoming 25-26 season. So there is going to be a lot to be talking about in today's video. Before we get going, if you are new and you would like to keep up to date with Wrexham videos that will be coming on the channel over the next couple of months, then make sure to get down there and click the red subscribe button. Let's see if we can hit 500 likes on today's video. And without further ado, let's get talking first on some transfer news. So according to multiple sources, Swansea City defender Harry Darling is on the radar of both newly promoted teams from League One to the Championship, Birmingham City, as well as Wrexham, as well as also having a strong offer on the table from his current side, Swansea City, as a contract extension. So he's a player that's in hot demand at the minute, of course, the Swansea City defender. As time goes on, it looks as if he isn't going to be penning paper at Swansea City, of course, to extend his contract. So a move on the cards away from the South Wales side is very, very possible. And if we're given a bit of a profile on Harry Darling now, he's a 25-year-old centre-back who has spent the majority of his career playing in the EFL for the likes of Cambridge United, Milton Keynes Dons, and of course most recently Swansea City. He's formed an instrumental partnership this season for Swansea alongside current Welsh defender and Welsh international Ben Cabango, and Darling as well registered 8 goals and assists from centre half. He's a real asset from set pieces. If you go back and look at the goals that he has scored this season, they're crosses into the box, whether it's his head, whether it's his feet. Harry Darling is a presence from set pieces, and if you are as well looking at his defensive record, it just backs up that he has had a very good season. 97 aerial duels won, 192 duels won in general, and his form in recent months has seen him amongst one of the highest average rating defenders in the Championship this season. And I was looking as well on social media at the Swansea fans' reaction to obviously Harry Darling possibly leaving the club. Now, they've seemed really gutted about it, and in my opinion, it would be a massive statement if Wrexham went out there and got Harry Darling after him having a really good season in a Swansea side that had the 9th best defensive record in the league. They finished in the top half of the Championship 11th. So if a newly promoted team, a team that hasn't been in this division for 40 odd years, if we came up and made Harry Darling our first signing of the transfer window, it would just sort of show a bit of intent and show the Wrexham Football Club are here to go all out and be very competitive this season. A lot of people's first opinions on Wrexham coming up are they'll come straight back down. But if we can make that early sign and that early statement to the rest of the league, then it would be one hell of a signing. Looking, if we were to bring Harry Darling in, it seems like Parky is after another centre-back in the summer transfer window, and bringing Darling in on a free could be a great bit of business. I can imagine he's a very sought-after defender, of course, after that really good season for Swansea City in the Championship, and whoever gets Harry Darling in this transfer window on a free is, getting themselves a really good defender. And if you're looking at this, Cleworth, Darling and Lewis Brunt at the back three going into this Championship season would be absolutely incredible. Of course, Darling, despite being 25, has that experience in the Championship and in League One. Cleworth had an amazing season, likewise with Lewis Brunt. That would be some back three, and it's clear to see that we will face other competition if we are wanting to sign Harry Darling. It's not going to be straightforward. We're competing with teams that have similar budgets to us now, so it's looking less likely, like I said, that he'll stay at Swansea. So it's going to be a battle to see who goes out there and gets Harry Darling's signature. And like I said, for a newly promoted side, getting Darling in for Wrexham would be a massive, massive signing and would probably be one of our biggest under the takeover. I think this sort of could give an indication as to where Wrexham Football Club are going to go in this summer transfer window. Are we going to look at players, from the Championship or even in the Premier League? I keep saying it, but it is going to be a statement signing if we were to get Harry Darling in, of course, from a fellow Welsh side who we will see as rivals this season. Having an average rating of 7.14, 8 goals and assists from centre-back. If Darling was to drop down to a newly promoted side in Wrexham, then it would be a ridiculous signing in my opinion. And talking about possible outgoings now, the Sun are reporting that Blackpool manager Steve Bruce was watching Wrexham loanee Sam Dolby up in Scotland playing for Dundee United ahead of a possible move in the summer transfer window. Now, of course, we all know it. Sam Dolby left us in the summer on loan to Dundee United, who play their football in the Scottish Premiership, and You know, he's done really well up there, 14 goals to his name this season, and you know, it was that time in this January transfer window where we thought, is Dolby going to get recalled? A lot of fans were saying they wanted to see him come to Wrexham after that really impressive first half of the season, and you know, I think it's no doubt that his concentration will be on the final 2 games as the Tangerines look to secure a European place next season. Dolby is of course out of contract at the club, so whether he goes to Blackpool and, you know, immediately cements himself in that starting 11 is another question. Could he see him as a squad player? Do we think he's, you know, a League One starter already after that good season? I definitely think he'll be thinking in his head, Sam Dolby, he can go to a League One side and score goals, and I think there's no doubt as well that he's going to have a lot of options come the summer transfer window and come his, you know, the end of his contract at Wrexham. We've apparently offered him a new contract when all that saga was going on in January. Dundee United will possibly have dibs, you could say, on getting Sam Dolby in on a free. Like Blackpool, it's an indication that various other clubs are going to be looking at Dolby after, you know, the 17 goals and assists season that he has had up in Scotland. And in my opinion, Dolby, he does deserve a good move after his impressive season. Of course, whether he wants to stay up in Scotland for Dundee United, where, you know, he showed he can score goals, or whether he wants that new challenge in the high leagues in England for the likes of Blackpool, for example, you know, that challenge to see, can he really score goals and can he adapt to the change from the Scottish Premiership to League One? Because I think we all know it, League One is a much tougher division than the Scottish Premiership. So it's a good question to ask, and in my opinion, I don't think we'll be seeing Sam Dolby in a Wrexham shirt next season, whether it's, you know, on the bench in the starting 11. I don't think he's going to sign a new contract. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. It's an interesting situation because, you know, a lot of fans might be saying he deserves his chance back at Wrexham after that really good season, but we can't really be in a position where we dictate what the player does. The player is out of contract. It's his choice, it's his decision whether he wants to stay at Wrexham or not, because if he does stay, he's going to have to fight his way into that starting 11. It is not going to be easy. Now being a Championship side, I think it's very slim that we see Sam Dolby in the starting 11 next season if he was to go out and sign a new contract. But I think the right thing for him to do now, after coming off a good season, you're going to want to be continuing to play regular football. Your confidence is going to be high, so I do think there's a chance he might stay at Dundee United or make the switch, possibly back over to a League Two or a League One side. As we expected, and as I've talked on previous videos, Wrexham Football Club's pre-season tour has finally been announced. Wrexham are going to Australia and New Zealand ahead of our 25-26 Championship season. These are the key dates you need to know. The 11th of July we play Melbourne Victory at the Marvel Stadium. The 15th of July we play Sydney FC at the Allianz Stadium. The 19th of July we play Wellington Phoenix at the Sky Stadium. So a really good opportunity for our fans in Australia and in New Zealand to see Wrexham play. Of course, it is so far away, it's on the other side of the world for us, so these opportunities for the worldwide fans, you know, aren't really going to come often, so it's really good that we've got 3 fixtures in there for the fans to hopefully go out and enjoy. And it's good to see as well that we're targeting different cities in terms of seeing the fan base possibly grow. Of course, we're playing in Melbourne, we're playing in Sydney, and then we're going over to New Zealand playing in Wellington, so it should be a good opportunity to see our fan base grow across the different cities on the other side of the world, like I've said. And you know, it is going to be good attendances. We already know that Australia, when they have pre-season friendlies with teams sort of in the UK, in Europe, they're always good attendances, so let's hope that's the same for Wrexham. Let's hope we can pack out the stadiums and see some really good pre-season fixtures, because at the end of the day, it's not really about the teams you're playing, it's about growing the fan base and growing the worldwide audience that Wrexham has through the documentary. Looking at tickets, and if you are looking at going to this fixture, then they're all at an average price of around $59. There are more premium seats available, but if you're like me, you're the average football fan and you just want to pay, you know, for that average seat inside the stadium, you're looking at around $60 per ticket. I think it was a standard fee of $59 and they had like $3 or $4 on, so it is around that $60 mark, which I don't know the economy over in Australia and New Zealand, but you know, $60 for a ticket, it's going to be, you know, some really good fixtures. Melbourne Victory, Sydney FC, well-renowned teams in Australia, and of course Wellington Phoenix in New Zealand. It's going to be a good time for the fans. It's going to be a good opportunity as well for the players playing different opposition, and yeah, it's just ridiculous. I said it on the last video, before the takeover, we're used to playing like Lex, a local team in Wrexham, and now we've toured the USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, we've been out to Spain. Who knows where's next for Wrexham? Next year possibly could be another trip to Australia and New Zealand. Could they target, Asia possibly, due to the watch figures of Welcome to Wrexham? We don't know with this football club anymore, we really don't know. And if you are looking at, getting the tickets, they go on general sale to the public on the Friday the 16th of May, 9 AM local time. So if you want to get a ticket, make sure head over to the Wrexham website, because the link is on there for all 3 tickets, and let's hope we can see, a sea of red pack out Australia and New Zealand in July. And of course, let me know your thoughts on this, and will you be attending one of these fixtures? Let me know which fixture you'll be attending. Will it be Melbourne Victory, Sydney FC, Wellington Phoenix? I would love to hear if you are planning on going in the comment section down below. And some big news now ahead of course, again, our championship season. Our pitch has been removed ahead of a new hybrid grass and stitch pitch, which meets UEFA and FIFA requirements with undersoil heating and a new drainage system. Now, after an up and down journey, we saw it on the documentary with the pitch woes that we've had over the years. It finally feels like Wrexham are reaching their final destination with this pitch. This is a level above anything we have ever had, of course. We're a championship team, I can't say it so many times, we're a championship team now. We're not in the non-league, we've not just started this journey, we have gone so far. So these pitches are mostly seen by every single Premier League club, so Wrexham are really up in their game. I think it was a £2 million pitch, so yeah, we're slowly but surely getting there. Pitch, let's hope for a training ground next, the cop stand coming up, future stadium renovations at Wrexham Football Club. But the work has started on the pitch. They've ripped the whole pitch up. I think the drainage system and the undersoil heating arrived a couple of days ago, so they're really working hard over the summer, and I'm sure Charlie, the groundsman, of course, will put in his hard work and the team around him to make sure going into this championship season we're playing on an absolute carpet. This video will come out, I think, the day before the first episode of Welcome to Wrexham does officially air. Season 4. How are we 4 seasons in? And how are we 4 seasons in as a Wrexham fan of having a documentary that has lasted this long? It is genuinely ridiculous. Let me know as well if you are looking forward to it in the comment section down below. Where in the world are you watching from? Because there's going to be people from mostly, every country across the world that will be tuning in for this. And to be honest, last year we kind of knew what was going to happen, but this year there's been so much happening at the club. It's a completely different ball game, of course, going into League One. We've had the promotion, we've had the big new signings, stuff happening behind the scenes. I'm really excited for it, and yeah, I cannot believe we're in season 4 of Welcome to Wrexham already. Time has just gone so fast. It seems like yesterday, of course, in 2022, when I was so excited seeing me on the trailer. To think now that we are 4 seasons in is just mind-blowing. Let's hope we can see 4 more seasons and 4 more seasons after that. So yeah, that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, do all that good stuff like I said. And yeah, let's enjoy the playoffs. We can enjoy Leyton Orient, Stockport. We can enjoy Charlton, Wycombe. It's been so nice, not having that stress of those 2-legged games, because I genuinely don't think I could have done it. It's been so nice just to sit there and watch the Championship, League 1, League 2 playoffs, knowing the Wrexham Football Club won't have to compete in them. So yeah, it's been a luxury to enjoy that, and I'll see you in another video. Take care, guys. Up the Championship Reds.